All right, welcome to PacWest Bigfoot. This is David, and just so you know, I'm actually wearing it, the Patty Bigfoot shirt. You guys can get the long sleeves. I just ordered it myself. The long sleeves over at my PacWestBigfoot.com. Awesome. Um, Real quick, I've got a cold once again. I'm crazy like that, and I've got kids, and they get sick. So I will have the encounter story out for you tomorrow, though, the next one. And just so you know, people are always asking what PacWest Bigfoot is. Well, here and there, I get some awesome little reports or experiences from people, and what I like to do is turn them into campfire-like stories. And so everything here is based on true experiences. It's awesome. The other thing that I like to do is interview people for kind of the research side of things, the more reporting side of things, like we have today. From the great state of Louisiana, which I've been to. I was born in Pensacola, actually. So here is the deal. Not much going on right now. Just to let you know, I'm going to be announcing, don't forget, you can go over to PacWestBigfoot.com, PacWestBigfoot.com. You guys can get on there. Every month, I like to give a little something away for free to a lucky winner. So you can get there and sign up, subscribe to the clan, and enjoy. Today, guys, like I said, I've got kind of a cold. I don't want to spend too much time talking. I'd rather have our guest talk today and share his multiple experiences and visuals of Bigfoot down in Louisiana, where he's from. And Chad, are you there?
Yep.
Hey, welcome, man.
Hey, Dave.
Right on. First off, I just want to say thanks for being a fan of the old PacWest Bigfoot here and everything else. It's just wonderful to have you here, man. And
Thank
thank you so very much for coming in here and just sharing your experiences. And not to mention, I have some other folks that would really like to sit down with you sometime. So if you don't mind me passing on your information to them,
you. That's fine, man.
that'd be great. Okay. All right. Well, you know what I like to do, Chad, is just let you take over and
Okay.
go ahead and share your experiences with us. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick with everybody so that you guys can kind of see where Chad is located. He didn't mind us sharing this, so I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick. And if you guys can see, you can see that this is some of Chad's property over here, and these are the woods that are basically direct. I'll kind of scroll out here, kind of out over here. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about what was what you experienced.
Okay. Well, the first time was I was 15, and I was deer hunting, and I was sitting there. I'm not gonna lie, I dozed off for a second, because deer hunting. If you ever been deer hunting, you get bored after a while. But I
Hmm.
woke up and I seen something probably about 100 yards from me,
Where
and I
about
thought
were you?
I was I was way back off and out in the woods, probably about like 2 miles away from where I live at. My grandpa had a deer stand way back off in the way out, But
Yeah, I see
I
that
was
there's
sitting.
an open field across from you, and then there's nothing. It looks like a kind of a ridge line and woods
Oh,
and
well, you have to
stuff.
go like to the south of me is where I was deer hunting at. Way, if you scroll south away from my house, and you'll see
Okay.
a bunch of woods right next to a river. That's where I was at.
Okay.
It's Beth River, and but anyway, I was sitting there, and I seen something. I thought somebody was walking through, so I was looking at them. They's all dark looking, and so I propped my scope up there to look through it, and that's when I seen it. Like, that's not a person. I mean, I could see the hair, couldn't really see the face too good, but it was just strolling along through the thicket, and then I just watched it as it disappeared on out into the woods.
Mhm.
Okay,
What
and
did
then
it look like? Did you see
it
anything?
it was just I guess it just to me it was like I just as soon as I seen it I knew it was a Bigfoot. It had the head and the it's just real big muscular looking thing, and it was just like his arms were swinging along and I could see the hair,
Hmm.
on his arms, and I couldn't see his legs too good. It was walking through a thicket, but I just watched it as it strolled on through,
And
and
you're
it
just
and
sitting in
it
the deer stand, just kind of
yeah.
watching
Yeah,
this
I just
thing
sitting there
walk
and
on
looked
by.
at through my scope, and I had friends ask me why didn't you shoot it? Well, I didn't know if it was a person, I would kill somebody. But and the second time I was behind my house where you see there's a big field behind my house. Me and my little cousin Cody, and was out looking for airheads, and we sitting there and we looked out across the field and saw something on the fence line walking down through there, and it wasn't as big as the one I seen when I was 15. You know, it was like a little smaller, maybe been juvenile. I don't know what it was, but it was way off, probably 500-600 yards away, and it's just a dark shape. I couldn't really make it out too good, but it's made me my little cousin take off running back to the house. You know, spooked us pretty good, and we come back and told my grandpa and everything. He's like, oh, that's that woolly booger out there, you know. And he believed in that stuff. My grandpa he's half Cherokee, so he had a lot of stories his mom used to tell him, and all, you know, about he just called it a woolly booger, you know. And it's matter of fact, about a week or so later, our neighbor was coming around at night. It's like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and she got off work, and she said the thing run across the road in front of her. Next to my foot there, yeah. She seen it too. So she believed me, you know. My cousin Cody and the rest of our family was like, yeah, I just saw somebody walking out there. Yeah, I was just getting overexcited about nothing. But then,
and that was right over here by Turtle Creek Loop.
Yeah, Turtleneck Loop. Yep.
Turtleneck Loop. Yeah.
Yeah. When you see one of my neighbors lived down the road from my house, that's where she was. You know, there's a little patch of wood right next to that open field in front of my house. That patch of wood right there, where she seen it run across the road in front of her.
Oh, okay.
She seen it, you know, and she believed us. She's like, yeah, them boys saw something because I seen the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow.
And we've been, you know, even my neighbors around here would hear whoops and hollers and, you know, like, you know, thing, you know, making noises back behind our house at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then it come up, it's made noises, but it don't bother me. You know, I'm not worried about it. It's not coming around my house bothering me and stuff. And until the year before last, and he come up, I don't know what he was doing. I'm thinking maybe because, you know, I trap, like I told you, I trap and stuff, and I do nuisance work for beavers and coyotes. Coyotes, you know, tear other people's cattle and stuff around here and everything. But I'd had a lot of beavers, and I'd take them behind my house, you know, to dispose of carcasses. And that's my hypothesis. It come up smelling that meat, maybe. I don't know what it was. But my wife, we was here in the house watching TV. My little boy, he was 5 at the time. Oh, so it's more. He's 10 now, so it's about 5 years ago. But anyway, we was sitting there and we heard god awful kind of noise, and me and her both jumped up, running to the kitchen, and my little boy had done beat us there. He was running and he locked all the doors in the house. He was locking doors. He was freaking out. Well, my dogs was barking, just cutting up. I'm like, what was that? That wasn't a cow. I don't know what that was. So I got my spotlight, walked outside. This is like 9 o'clock at night. I'm shining around, and I got a big chocolate lab, and he was facing towards my shop and just barking. He wouldn't go no further. He was just sitting there, and he had hackles raised up on his back. So I shined the light where he was looking, and the thing was standing right by my shop, the corner of my shop.
Now I'm looking at your property right here, and where's that shop at there?
You see it? Where's my backyard? There's a shop right straight behind my house. When you come up my driveway, right straight back there in the corner, there's a shop.
Right here. Yeah, I see that.
It was standing right there at the corner, looking around the side of the shop towards the house.
Okay.
And that shop where he was standing at, the eave of that shop, when it comes down, is like 8 foot off the ground, and his head was level with that.
Jeez.
And he was just standing there looking at me, and it was blinking, and the dogs were cutting up. And when I seen that, I freaked out. I just come back up in the house, and I said, that thing is right out there.
Oh, my goodness.
My little boy again flew out the way. He closed the door to lock the door. Dogs steadily cutting up. They want to come in the house. They're freaked out, and I'm freaked out. I'm like, I ain't going back out there. I don't know what that thing is. If he comes up in here, I wouldn't grab my gun and stuff, you know, just in case, because it kind of, you know, freaked me out. He'd never done that before. Whatever you want to call the thing.
Could you see its face or anything like that?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it had like I could see its face. It's a kind of, you know, more human than ape kind of look.
Mm.
You know, I could see his nose and his, you know, of course, his brow. Like I said, you know, it's kind of looked like the way it looked like it was mad or something. I don't know.
Huh.
It was just staring at me.
Okay. The
And
nose,
I
the
couldn't see
face.
any neck. It had big, broad shoulders, you know. And like I said, the thing was probably about 8 foot tall.
Jeez.
And it was just looking. And like my dogs was cutting up, and I was sitting there, I was shined for a second there, and that's all I wanted to see of it. I'm coming back in the house. Well, it wasn't an hour later after we come in the house, my wife, the dogs were cutting up again, and this time they was looking straight out toward my driveway. When you look in the front of my house, where my driveway is, there's a tree line right coming down my driveway. She
Yep.
heard the thing. She said it was on. She knows enough to know what animals sound like walking, and she said this thing sounded like it was bipedal, walking down the fence. So, and I was like, oh, this is too close to my house. So I go outside and I shoot the shotgun up there, and I could hear it running across the field away from the house.
So it'd probably be heading back to the looks like the hills there, or some ridge line or something.
Yeah, right
It's like you
across
got a
the
couple
field.
field in front
and
of
it
you
took
here.
off back towards the woods that way. Yeah.
Okay.
It left. It got out.
So you think they're kind of hunkering down up here in this little ridge line, these hills here, and then coming down into here to feed?
There's a swamp right straight back behind my house back there. You see, if you look, you know, you zoom out from my house, you'll see a river and a lot of woods back in there. I think that's where it stays at back there.
Mm. Oh, geez. Yeah.
So, you know, and I, you know, I trap. I've heard noises. I've heard it whistle at me here a couple of weeks ago. Tried to take a picture of it. Couldn't really make it out too good, but I had my German Shepherd with me then.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking down down a turn road. You know, it's about 15 miles from my house. I was doing a coyote job, and I heard something do that, and my German Shepherd, she's staring off out in the woods there. So I walk around her like, "Come on, girl." And she wouldn't budge. She's still staring. So I go back and look, and I seen something moving about 50, 60 yards away from me in the woods, and it was just moving, just swaying back and forth. And I tried to take a picture of it. And
yeah,
it's
like you guys. It looks like you guys have the Bow or BOEF Wildlife Management Area.
Beth River.
Beth. Yeah.
That's
really big wildlife.
Oh yeah, I got a cousin of mine lives on the other side of it from where I'm at. I'm on one side of the river from it. He lives on the other side, and he's heard it holler and make noise. He's never seen it.
Is it kind of similar to your area, like directly across, or?
He's you know, when you look at Beth Wildlife on the other side where there's a lot of fields and stuff like this. There's neighborhoods back in there that my cousin, he lives over there, and he's heard it holler. He said he's never seen it, but he's heard it holler, and he said it's not a coyote, it's not a cow or what, you know. He knows. He's like, it's something out there, and he's not. If I told him to go out there and look for it, I'm not interested in going looking for that thing. Stay out there.
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him. You know, looking at some of this, I'm gonna try to get down here to like street level if I can. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, and the one, like I said, when they had 5 years ago, that was too close, and I've seen it off in the distance. Spooky. When it gets that close to the house, that's when it's like, no, I don't want that thing come over. You need to go somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
Like I said, my German Shepherd here 2 weeks ago, when she seen it, I had to grab her by the collar and make her come with me because she just steadily just staring at. She didn't go out there after it, but she just she's looking like, what is that thing?
Oh, jeez. Where were you during that?
Oh, that's like I said, it's about 15 miles from my house. It was at
okay.
A client of mine that has coyotes was killing his turkeys and chickens and stuff. So
okay,
I was back there doing a coyote job.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking. Yeah, there's a river that kind of looks like it edges right at that whole.
Oh, there's swamps and woods.
Wildlife.
Oh yeah, there's swamps, woods, you know, bottoms all in there.
Oh wow.
It's pretty much flat there in Louisiana. I mean, you said you've been there.
I've been there. Yeah. The mountains there are more like little hills.
Yeah.
Compared to where I'm from, it's like somebody was like, "Oh, it's up in the mountains right there." I
You've
was
been
like,
here, so you know how thick it is too. Like
it's
I was like
the
telling you
one I will.
that.
I always tell people it's like you go down. It's like I always believe there was like two types here. You've got that kind of patty-esque kind of Bigfoot, and then you have the more swamp ape style
Oh yeah,
type of Bigfoot. And I'm telling you, man, I've been down in there, and I remember one time I was in Florida, and we were right there outside of like Apalachicola, I think. And
yeah.
there was this little turn off little rest area thing in between Apalachicola and whatever, and Pensacola or something. And oh man, there was this like little trail that you walk down to real quick to go to the bathroom. But in the middle of this trail, I'm telling you, was like, I don't know, a 4 foot tall radius spider web blocking this trail. I almost walked right into it, and I just caught it from the sunlight, and I was like, it freaked me out.
Was
It's
that?
thick there, man. It is
Oh yeah, I've been there
so
too.
thick. I almost
I've been
walked right
around.
into it because it's just as dark there sometimes in some of those areas,
Yeah.
even during the day, like it is here in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've
So,
been up there. I've been up there where you're at. I've had a job up there in Oregon. I used to work seismograph, and so it's beautiful up there.
where
I loved
at?
it. I can't remember the town where it was at now. This was like 20 years ago, Davis. I don't remember exactly where
Mhm.
it was at. We had a lot of jobs in California. Like I said, we doing seismograph, and you know what that is? That's oil and
Oh
gas
yeah,
exploration. Yeah,
yeah,
we go out and find where for the drill for the gas and oil and stuff. But
yeah.
we had jobs in California, and we done in Oregon and North, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. We worked all over the place.
Oh wow, that is
Mississippi, Texas. I mean, we worked everywhere. But yeah, I
nice.
loved it up there. And you guys don't have any bugs there. I found that out. I loved it. I was like, man, ain't no bugs
We
eating me up
get
there.
lots of mosquitoes around the lakes and stuff like that, and kind of still water inlets from rivers and
Uh,
stuff. But we get
you said you're
nasty
from here, so you know
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes here will tote you
But
off.
no, we don't got anything that can just scroll, fly out of the sky and pick up a small 4-year-old and take off.
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah. You know how these
no.
mosquitoes are here. Yep.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like I've seen in like, down south or even Hawaii as far as bugs are concerned here in the Pacific Northwest. No.
Yeah,
Too cool, too rainy, I think.
yeah.
Can be too cold
Well, my
sometimes,
matter of
but
fact, my stepdaughter, she's there now. She's in is it Portland, right outside Portland?
Portland. Yep.
Yeah, we just went and got her back in July. She was living in Charleston, North Carolina, and moved her and over to Colorado. And her dad met them there and took them on up to Oregon. So they're staying up there in Portland now.
Nice.
She's just goes on and on about it. She calls all the time. I'm like, shut up, I don't want to hear about it.
Nice. So these incidents, they're basically just happening around just right around your immediate area around the house
Oh
for the
yeah, right.
most part.
Like I said, behind the house, and you see that field out in front of my house with the woods next to that. We've heard whoops out there, and
Hmm.
and kind of like how Bobo does on Planet Bigfoot. Oh, like that. That's
Yeah.
mostly what we hear a lot. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I noticed you've got you don't really have a lot of neighbors there.
No, they're all right. My neighbors, less than about a quarter of a mile from my house. I'm pretty much right here by
Yeah, it looks
myself.
like
That's
there's
the way I
one
like
down below
it.
you and then one up to the top of you there up the
Yeah, I
road.
love
But
living
you're
here.
right in the middle with your own property there.
Yeah, yeah. There's
So this.
200 acres here. It's mine.
Oh wow. That's a lot of property for people in Bigfoot to be running around on. People don't
Yeah,
understand how big 200 acres could be. I mean,
yeah,
somebody could be living on your property and you'd never know it.
yeah. Oh, there
Yeah.
was well, as a matter of fact, talking about my property and stuff. There's another time my buddy David, we were back behind the house there walking. It was at night, 9 o'clock at night, and something spooked our cows, and we heard a out as we had our spotlights, but we couldn't see because the wood was so thick. It was a thicket in front of us, and
Hmm.
something in the thicket done like that. Our cows, I mean, my cows took off, so we was like, we're going with the cows. Me and him both took off. Like, let's go back to the house. I don't know what that was. That might have been a bear, but I don't want to find out.
Have you
We
had
just
any
started getting a good
animals go
population of black
missing?
bears. Hmm?
Have you had any animals go missing over the years?
Dogs, cats, but I just attribute that to coyotes and stuff. But they never attacked our livestock around here. And my grandpa said, even back when he was in his younger days, when this was his place, he left it to me when he
Mm-hmm.
passed. He said nothing ever, he'd always heard it back there hollering and stuff, and a few times he thought he might have seen something, but he's the one that instilled to me, they don't bother you, don't bother them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hmm.
no, they never where you hear stories about them taking off with people's pigs and stuff like that. And I mean, we found cows dead, but not too sure about exactly what happened to them. I never done any autopsy to see maybe the neck was broke or anything like that. We just
Mm-hmm.
figured they just died natural causes or something.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. We've here in the Pacific Northwest, we've had a lot of stories about cattle going missing, things like that. Even with Native Americans, people going missing.
Yeah.
So you know, um, eesh. Eesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Nice. Because you guys have um, you guys have a pretty thick history
oh yeah,
of
most people
Bigfoot,
around here
woolly
that believes
boogers.
in it and talks about it, they call it a woolly booger, like my grandpa
Yeah,
did.
woolly booger. Yep.
Yeah, woolly booger.
Hmm.
That's that woolly booger.
Yeah, that's interesting. Jeez, man. Well, I hope you keep us kind of updated here and there with anything else you hear or see or
Oh, I will. Yeah.
whatever.
So
Yeah, that's
I'm hoping
I
one
don't
of these
know,
days I
man.
get a good picture. One of these days I'm hoping to get a good picture of him. If I can get in contact with my friend, he took a picture of a footprint that he found behind my house. Him and a buddy of mine went back there looking for him and camped out, and they found a footprint. If I can get a hold
Oh,
of him, I might see if I can get him to send you the picture.
yeah, if you can, that would be great.
And
I'd
it
like to
was a big
share that.
footprint.
Yeah, that would be
Name's
awesome.
Jimmy. I'll get him. Yeah, he's older now. He's like at 60s,
Okay.
but he took a picture of a big footprint, and that thing is. I mean, I think they measured out. It was like 17, 18 inches long.
And it was that where was that near the
Behind my
house,
house.
right behind
Yeah,
it?
you see where my house is. You go back behind there, and you'll see like a small river, not the big one, but a little smaller one back. That's where it was at. Back there in the
Hmm.
mud, they found it. They couldn't find another track, but it was one spot where it's soft, and they said the rest of it was hard dirt, and there's one spot that it was soft, and that's where they took the picture of it. And they tried to. He found some hair too. I might get a hold of my buddy Jim and get him to call you and talk to you. He might give you some. He some
That'd be
hair. He found some
great.
hair. They brung it and showed it to me. It was some long black hair.
Jeez. No, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear what he's
Yeah,
got to say. That'd be awesome.
yeah.
Right on.
He comes here every maybe once or twice a year. He'll come here and camps behind my house back there because he wants to hear it and see it.
Mm.
He's
No, I just stopped the sharing of the map, but yeah, that's some interesting little visuals, for sure, especially out there. I mean, what do you think it was doing on your property?
That's what I said. The only thing I can think of is that those beaver carcasses. I've ate. If you ever ate beaver, it's really good. I've ate beaver, so I'm thinking that maybe that's what he wanted. He wanted some beaver.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the only thing I can figure. But bring him up close to the house was right behind that shop there. That's where I was tossing my beaver carcasses.
Okay, so
Yeah,
just
after I
kind of
skin them, for
just the smell was
I
a dinner bell.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is what it was. Yeah,
Okay.
because he'd never come that close to the house before. And this, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago when this happened,
Hmm.
I had skinned. I'd caught a few beavers and skinned them out because I sell the fur too. So,
Yeah.
but I throw the carcasses over behind the shop back there to later, load up my truck and take them off and dump them up the road where I make I'll make a carcass pile, what they call carcass pile, set snares around to catch coyotes.
Hmm.
Because we got a live market here in Louisiana, and I get $75 for every coyote I catch. So
Have you ever thought about maybe um, taking one for the heck of it and just walk over there from the property up by that ridge line and into the swamp there and just hang one or two in some
I've done
soft
that.
dirt area and see what you find?
Well, I've done that and hang game cameras out to watch it and see what comes around it. But I've never It hasn't had anything that would be like a Bigfoot. I've seen coyotes,
Some
bobcats.
people say the game cameras and stuff and things like that have some sort of, I don't know, some sort of, you know, energy field or whatever they want to say that it kind of puts off. Maybe just
Well, my
hang the
little boy come up
carcass and
with a
see if you find anything.
my little boy,
Footprints.
he come up with an explanation. He's 10 years old. He says, well, "Daddy, maybe they're out there watching us put this game camera up, or maybe they're like we are. Like when me and him go around walking, just scouting around and hiking because we like walking through the woods and
Hmm.
see a game camera. He said maybe the Bigfoot do the same thing. They see it and they'll avoid it.
They could. They could.
But like you
It's
said,
kind of
did it?
like you don't see that they run into people with um, like people as far as I'm concerned, they stay away from people quite frequently, more often than not,
Yeah.
because they know we have guns.
Yep.
I think it's
Yep.
kind
That
of
too.
learned behavior.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they're not stupid. No,
No,
I think they're very smart.
yeah, no doubt. So that thing was looking at you and gave you a little bit of an angry face, huh?
I couldn't tell if it was anger. Maybe he was just trying to move his head around or something, and just from his brow, maybe it cast a shadow because
Hmm.
his brow was kind of like I could tell his brow and his face and everything. I could see it, and you had kind of a flat nose, but not like an ape nose. It's like I said, it looked more human than ape to me.
Hmm. The eyeballs, were they kind of
I
squinty
couldn't see a
or?
neck. It's just like his head, and then his face, and then his shoulders. It's hardly any neck. It's just big, bowed up, look like a football player.
Yeah, interesting. Right on. Well, thank you very much, Chad, for coming on here and sharing that with us. I
No
greatly
problem,
appreciate
Dave.
it, man. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry
To
Christmas to you
you and
too.
your
Hope you get over this
family.
cold, man.
Aren't you guys getting some snow?
We got a little bit of snow here last week. Matter of fact.
Not too often, but it's not unheard of, I'm sure. So
Yeah, we got a little snow
awesome.
here last week.
Nice. Well, if you have anything else, you come across anything else or anything like that, please share it with me. I can get it out there to the Facebook group or the Facebook page for everybody to check out
I will.
any
Yeah.
updates and
Yep.
stuff. That would be absolutely awesome. I've also got some friends out that way that are fans of the old PacWest Bigfoot here, and I'm sure they'd like to get in contact with you and learn a little bit more about what you know, what you've seen, and anything else. Maybe
Yeah, definitely. Come on anytime.
give them a little permission to jump out there and do a little research, see what they find.
Yeah.
So that'd be great.
I'm more than happy.
Awesome.
Like I said, I like sharing it with like I said, a lot of my people, my family's skeptical about it, but like I told them, I know what I've seen. My little boy,
Me and my
he's up
mom,
for
we know what we saw as
Oh
far as
yeah,
the
and like my
tracks are
wife, she
concerned.
didn't see it, but she told my family that thing when it screamed, that ain't nothing human. It wasn't no
Yeah.
cow. What it was, booger.
Yeah, I always tell people whatever was behind the tent that night, it walked off. I don't care what anybody says, whatever anybody thinks, it walked off. And
Oh yeah, you could tell.
when it stepped in the creek, it only stepped once in the creek, and that creek was about 10, 11 feet wide.
Yeah,
It went
and you could.
splash thud, which means it went splash once from our side, and it landed on the other side in one stride, one step.
Yeah, you can tell
So
2 feet from 4 legs. Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. Well, hang on one second, Chad. Just want to say thank you guys very much out here in the old PacWest Bigfoot world for being on here. Merry Christmas to you guys. Also got something special for you coming out over the weekend. So pay close attention to the YouTube channel and the old Facebook page. And with that, God bless you guys. Merry Christmas. And Chad, one second.